2019 Buick Cascada review. The Cascada aims to become a fun and practical convertible, but you will discover others that it better. The 2019 Buick Cascada has sharp looks and rides on massive 20-inch wheels, yet it's fundamentally an outclassed vehicle that's down in comfort, performance and efficiency in comparison with other four-seat convertible models. At a rated 200 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque, the Cascada's turbocharged 1.6-litre four-cylinder engine makes good power. But its 6-speed automatic transmission is sluggish to shift, and also the car is heavy. The combination brings about tepid acceleration. To keep up with traffic, you'll continually be on the gas, which hurts its efficiency. It's a disappointing experience within the inside, too. While the Cascada's infotainment system is included with navigation and also a 4G LTE connection, and is also compatible with Siri Eyes-Free, its center console is button-laden. And it doesn't feature Apple CarPlay or Android Auto like other Buick models. If you're dead set for the looks and the price, the Cascada isn't just a bad car. But you can find other convertibles, for example the BMW 2 Series convertible, Ford Mustang and Mini Cooper convertible, which can be more modern and provide higher efficiency, better handling, and even more technology for similar, or otherwise not much more, money. What's new? The 2019 Buick Cascada is unchanged in the previous model year. Four-seat convertibles are pricey affairs, so choose the Cascada 1 SV, its base trim. You're only losing on fancy trim and colors, however you get a similar powertrain, flashy 20-inch wheels, navigation system, and advanced driver assist systems. This makes it one of several best-equipped convertibles with the segment. Trim levels and features. The 2019 Buick Cascada convertible exists in 3 trim levels, Base 1 SV, Premium and Sport Touring. All trims consist of largely the identical equipment, using the Premium getting a handful of upgrades plus the Sport Touring primarily incorporate an appearance package. Powering all versions is really a turbocharged 1.6-litre four-cylinder engine which causes 200 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque. It drives leading wheels by way of a 6-speed automatic transmission. Standard equipment with the base Cascada includes 20-inch alloy wheels, a power-operated convertible soft top, adaptive xenon headlights, LED daytime running lights and taillights, heated mirrors, rear parking sensors and remote engine start. Inside, there are dual-zone automatic climate control, leather upholstery, power-adjustable and heated front seats, 5050 split folding rear seats, a heated tilt and telescoping controls, a 7-inch touchscreen display, voice controls, a rear-view camera, OnStar with 4G LTE as well as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and also a 7-speaker audio system with a CD player, satellite radio along with a USB media interface. The Cascada Premium adds fog lights, automatic wipers, automatic headlights, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, front and back parking sensors, air deflectors with the front and rear seats, plus a navigation system. Step approximately the new Sport Touring trim, therefore you get a unique paint color and distinctive alloy wheels, special black interior trim along with a flat bottom leader. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically also comes in multiple versions which can be fundamentally similar. The S with this review use our full test with the Buick Cascada Sport Touring Red Sport Turbo 1.6 litres inline 4, 6-speed automatic, FWD. Driving. It's heavy, underpowered and saddled, having an indecisive transmission. As such, the Cascada is slow, and also the numb steering and poor handling don't inspire confidence. The brake pedal feel can be a high point, but poor braking performance undermines that. This car is clearly intended for cruising. Acceleration. The engine is lackadaisical until it's loaded with the RPM range, where it sadly sounds unhappy. The transmission is just too big, eager to change gears, making gas pedal modulation much harder than it must be. Our tested 060 miles per hour use of 9.1 seconds helps make the Cascada on the list of slower cars within the road. Braking. The firm and responsive brake pedal comes with a good amount of feedback and is particularly undoubtedly the Cascada's strongest dynamic feature. The car remains stable, even during panic stops. Unfortunately, we measured a longitudinal average stopping distance with this class. Steering. While the steering is precise, it lacks a natural build-up of resistance when you turn the wheel, possesses almost no useful feedback. This makes it not easy to judge what's happening at leading wheels as well as trust what limited capabilities this car has. Handling. Fiat's generous body roll in turns. The Cascada's SUV-like 4,000 pound curb weight as well as its other dynamic shortcomings conspire to create this a car that may be neither capable nor confidence-inspiring. It approaches its boundaries rapidly, sufficient reason for little warning. Drivability. Even on flat roads, the transmission is nearly always hunting, grabbing a better gear the minute you ease up, then downshifting once you ask for also a little bit of power. It's also challenging to judge in which the corners with the car are, making maneuvering in tight spaces challenging. Comfort. The Cascada's top does an excellent job of insulating the cabin, plus the seats accommodate an array of body types, though they understand wear on long drives. The ride quality is usually poor, especially with the price. We appreciate how the climate control depends on buttons. Even so, the layout isn't very intuitive. Seat comfort. The seats are shaped to match a number of physiques, however are a bit flat and firm, which implies they don't do quite definitely to improve ride comfort. On longer drives, we also found ourselves fidgeting since the seats got somewhat swampy, the stiffness sets out to wear giving you after a while. Ride comfort. The Cascada seems to mitigate larger impacts, though the overall ride feels way too stiff-legged and busy. Even on relatively smooth pavement, you really feel every imperfection. It's not harsh, just about all isn't pleasant, and it also feels surprisingly down-market considering our tester's price. Noise and vibration. The noise insulation is useful for a convertible, with all the soft top doing a great job of keeping out your sound of traffic. Fiat's noticeable wind, road and tire noise, however, it is on par with what we'd expect because of this class. Climate control. The climate control system is successful, managing cabin temperature nicely. While we appreciate tactile interfaces, you will find quite a few buttons, and are generally not all sensibly organized. There is really a learning curve, but once you find the hang of it, it's really a straightforward system. Interior. We appreciate the comfortable seating position and well-insulated soft top, but many on the controls are illogically organized, and also the touchscreen is outdated and tough to reach. The high beltline and short windscreen hurt visibility to make the car feel small inside. Ease of usage. The leader controls are super easy to learn, but beyond that this Cascada has issues. The recessed touchscreen requires leaning from a seat to achieve it, along with the interface is dated but not streamlined. The many buttons around the center stack aren't logically organized and require some time to master. Acquiring it jetting out. The high front seats for just a convertible certainly are a promising start for convenient entry and exit. But fears a surprisingly high and wide step over. Overall, entering and in moderately tight parking spaces can be hard, Accessing the trunk seats can be a real squeeze. Driving position. Longer-legged drivers would like more steering wheel telescope. Even so, the primary controls are within easy reach, plus the position is comfortable. But the driver sits surprisingly low relative towards the dash along with the belt line, which hurts visibility and feels claustrophobic. Roominess. The car feels small inside, especially together with the low front windshield. It includes to the feeling of closeness even using the top down. Front passengers plenty of space, but rear head and legroom are so restrictive for almost all adults, and also the removable wind blocker renders the trunk seat unusable. Visibility. With the very best up, rear visibility is impaired because on the small rear window. It's also not easy to tell where the leading end along with the corners in the car are. The small side mirrors, poor overall visibility and insufficient blind spot monitoring complicate lane changes. Quality. We were disappointed to note several creaks and squeaks from round the cabin while driving, since our tester showed under 2,000 miles within the odometer. There's also a great deal of hard plastic across the interior, although touch points are mainly padded or covered in soft touch material. Utility. The Cascada offers some on the utility of the compact car, but only as long since prepared to forego utilizing the convertible top. Unfortunately, it lacks many in the clever storage solutions commonly present in newer vehicles. The manual trunk partition that allows the most notable to work is just not convenient. Small item storage. The door pockets are designed to fit water bottles, and also the car has a sort of phone cubby tray and standard cup holders. The center console box and glove box are relatively small. The Cascada straddles 2 segments, and to get a convertible the storage isn't bad, but for just a small car it's lacking. Cargo space. There's a manually folding partition inside the trunk that need to be in place to lower the superior. With the highest disabled, the 13.4 cubic foot trunk is average to get a small car, even so the trunk opening is small. With the partition constantly in place, the usable cargo space drops to about average to get a small convertible. Child safety seat accommodation. The rear outboard seats offer latch anchors, but access is actually difficult because top seats don't leave much space and also a tendency to go back or else held constantly in place. With the most notable up, situating a young child seat would require some contortions, however it is possible. Technology. The Cascada's technology is notably outdated, which is a clunky navigation interface, poor smartphone integration and thrust voice controls. It also lacks most with the driver aids, which can be common in cars at its cost point. Audio and navigation. The audio quality is okay for just a premium vehicle, but nothing at all. The navigation system has many features, but along with them is an exercise in patience. Voice commands is usually hit or miss, and with all the screen interface isn't a straightforward process. The system feels and looks dated. Smartphone integration. The Cascada has Bluetooth but doesn't support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. With one USB port, charging and USB music option is limited, along with the USB interface is poorly optimized. The head unit switches to USB if a device is plugged in, any small but persistent irritation. Driver aids. The Cascada is forward collision alert plus some very loud forward and rear proximity sensors, but no driver aids or active security features beyond that. There can be a rear view camera, but it is low on the ground and presents a clumsy and low resolution view. At this price, we expect more. Voice control. The voice controls are incredibly particular about phrasing and procedure, that makes them for us to be effective through. There are spoken prompts but no on-screen guide. In fact, the voice system prompts you to definitely check the manual to get a full listing of commands. It's another system that feels outdated.